I was arrested 37 times before I turned 18.
37 arrests.
When I went to that school, that's when I became bad. That's when Militant was created.
Was your dad still around?
My mum died and he ran away. My dad should have
manned up.
Yeah.
I mentioned Digga D earlier. Was he around there?
Reese has always been around. The whole of 10-11 CGM, they was my friends. That was my people. You've stabbed my friend and now it's personal, so now you have to go. The police said that I was the leader of my girl gang. Digga D, there was J-Sab, Horrid One, ZK, Luga Vals, Rack 5. It's like I have 700 brothers.
How did you earn money?
Sounds from the trap.
What was your weapon of choice?
An all black Swiss Army flick knife. It was small and cute for a female. I'm desensitized to violence. Digga D did try to kill Luga Vals and obviously didn't succeed. Then I got assaulted, I got stripped. This was actually in Ladbroke Grove and then did my revenge attack.
I actually did see that video.
I chose to record it.
I love your style, you just don't give a fuck, do you?
4 days into the trial and they played Digga D's music video. Yeah, like this is her friends, and I changed my plea.
Right.
Guilty. For aggravated burglary, GBH, false imprisonment, and then I later on got charged with intimidating a witness. He gave me 10 years because he wanted to make an example. Me? Like, honestly.
Welcome back to the Terry Stone Connection, and today we've got a very interesting guest which ties in perfectly with Tales from a Trap. Tales from a Trap, as you know, is a new movie coming out. It's also going to be a new YouTube channel which basically delves into Tales from the Hood. And what's really interesting is we actually filmed Tales from a Trap in Latimer Road, in West 10, West 11, all around that area. And the irony of it was Militant Mills come on set. You're probably saying, who's Militant Mills? I'll tell you. She was with Digga D. She was in his crew. And she's here inside the venue. So please put your hands together for Militant Mills in the building. How you doing, Mills?
Nice to meet you.
Is it Militant or should I just call you Millie?
Militant Mills. You can call me Millie.
I'll call you Millie for short.
Millie
Wicked.
for short,
Wicked.
yeah.
So, no, I really appreciate you coming on. And this is an exclusive Terry Stone Connection podcast. And I appreciate you sharing your story with us. But as we do with all of our podcasts, we obviously want to find out a little bit about you.
Yeah.
So it'd be lovely just to hear about where you was born, where you grew up, and what it was like growing up in London.
Well, I had a good upbringing from a very young age. And then I started to face some traumas from a young age. So when I turned 11, my sister sadly passed away from cancer. So obviously that was challenging to deal with as a little girl. We've always been quite a close family. And then obviously we suffered the bereavement of the loss of my sister. And then within the year, my mum sadly passed away also with cancer. So I had a double bereavement in like 18 months.
At 11?
Yeah, like 11. So it started when I was 11. By I was 12, I had lost my mum and my sister. So then obviously, yeah, you can imagine how that changes like a normal person, let alone a child.
Was you born in Ladbroke Grove? Was you around?
No, so I was born in West London.
Right, okay.
In Chelsea and Westminster Hospital.
Right.
And then we did live in Ladbroke Grove.
Right.
And then we moved when I was like 8 to Fulham. And then I've always like lived in Fulham, but I never stayed in Fulham. I kind of like went back.
Back to your roots.
Yeah, it's like I knew. It's like I knew that's my calling.
And what was you like as a kid at school? Was you like academic? Did you enjoy school?
Yeah, so like from like primary school, I was a prefect, very academic, I'm very smart.
Right.
Learning was never the problem. It was like my behavior. So obviously before the trauma, I was so good. Like I didn't do anything wrong. And then obviously after my sister died, I was still good, obviously, but the behavior problems started to, creep up. And obviously when my mum passed away, that was it. I started year 7, but I started late compared to like everybody else, obviously because of the trauma. And then my form tutor ended up telling my whole class that the reason I started late is because my mum had passed away. So I think from there, it just started like a big thing because a lot of girls used to say to me, oh, where's your mum? And then I just used to be the mum.
Right. But was they doing that?
Yeah,
to
like,
take the piss?
yeah, like to be spiteful. Because kids can be very spiteful.
I mean,
very malicious.
It is fucked up that anybody would think that that's even funny to do that. Do you know what I mean? So,
but that's like where it really started. So I'd been in year 7 for 3 weeks. I had about 8 fights.
Right.
And obviously they kept excluding me. But it got to the point where the school couldn't permanently exclude me because it was their fault. Right. Because they gave the pupils the ammunition to say this against me. So they managed to move me to a all-girls school.
Right.
It's the worst thing ever. I literally cried and begged not to go.
So with your family, did you have any other brothers and sisters?
Yeah. So I'm the youngest. I've got 6 siblings.
Wow. And was your dad still around?
Yeah, so he was around when my mum was alive. And then my mum died and he was a pussy-hole. Ran away. That's the best way I'm going to describe it.
So you was basically left to fucking fend for yourself
basically,
at 11?
Yeah.
Wow.
My sisters took full custody of me. Obviously, my oldest sister at the time was 24. My youngest sister was my other sister was 18. So for a 24-year-old and an 18-year-old, that's a lot of responsibility. Like I'm 12, my brother's 13, and they have full custody over us. So obviously, in terms of them grieving, they couldn't grieve because they have 2 teenagers to look after. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously with my behaviour just rapidly declining as well, yeah, my dad should have been present.
Manned up.
Yeah.
And then you went to this all-girls school and that,
and then I was there for a month. 3 weeks to be precise. And they said permanently excluded. And then I went to a centre, which was in Fulham, called the Bridge Academy. And it was they made a documentary out of it. It was on BBC 3 called Kicked Out of School Excluded. And I honestly believe I was trying to be good for the camera. Like I was actually trying to be good for the camera.
Right.
But that was just shows you that it wasn't school environment to be.
Was it just
learning.
literally the gathering of the naughty kids?
Yeah. Like I was naughty before. I wasn't naughty. I used to fight, but only when people used to say like spiteful, malicious things about my mum and stuff.
Right.
Then I would fight. But when I went to that school, that's when I became bad. That's when Militant was created.
Right.
When I went to that school. Because that's when I started smoking weed, not going home after school.
And you was 12?
13, yeah.
Okay, no,
So
you started young.
Yeah, I started young, not going home, getting reported missing. And then I didn't last in that school either. And that's the naughty school.
Right.
And I didn't last.
How'd you get kicked out of a naughty school, Millie? Come on. How'd you do that?
I know. And then, I started going to Ladbroke Grove a lot, every day, hanging around with, obviously, it started with a girl, like obviously that I was friends with.
Right.
And then obviously it then turned to the man them because I don't like females.
Right.
That's a wild statement to say. I don't get on.
I just love men.
I don't get on with females.
But not normal men, only the men.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
But I don't know. I just think females don't like me.
Right.
But I've always got on with boys, like, because my brother, I've always been like around my brother and stuff. I think it's just the way it is. Then obviously I started to hang around more there. Then I went to the school in Latimer, and then I started to hang around with all of them lovely characters.
Right, okay. So that was probably when you went to school, right? Because you went from going to school to going to street school.
Yeah. I was like 13, 14, right? It's not school, it's a youth club. Right. And they just want you in the building so that the police can't tell them that we're not in school, basically. So we didn't do anything in school. We used to listen to YouTube video, the Mandem's newest song on YouTube, or play pool and have fun, have fights. Not real fights, like play fighting.
Right. And we obviously I mentioned Digga D earlier. Was he around then, or did he come in?
Yeah, so obviously Reese has always been around. My childhood from like the age of like 14.
Wow.
Yeah, they were my friends. So like the whole of 10, 11, CGM, they was my friends.
Right.
That's who I was with every day. Like that was my peoples.
Right. And you know, when we talk about London, obviously there's all this you're always hearing about, you know, this guy's got stabbed or there's a postcode thing. I mean, what was when you was around your area? What was the other gangs that were sort of, if you like, against you or that you was having trouble with?
So in West London, I would say there's 3 like main gangs.
Right.
CGM, HRB, and Shepherd's Bush.
Right.
Obviously, I naturally never got on with the people from these areas, obviously just because of my affiliation, obviously, with the people from Ladbroke Grove.
Does that sort of stop you ever becoming friends with them because they know you're sort of with them, so you're top of that bush?
Yeah. Like, yeah, obviously, me, I'm a female at the end. I know I'm a female.
Right.
And obviously, I hang around with boys, but I'm still a female. But, however, it does be like, she's an op for.
So what happens with, you know, like, how do they know that, or is it just because they see you out and you?
Yeah, so I think it's like social media.
Right.
So like we're posting videos, I'm posting videos with the mandem, and then I might have some people from Shepherd's Bush on my Snapchat, which naturally I would have, because I went to that school first, which was in Fulham. So I was in school with a lot of boys from the area of Shepherd's Bush. Right. So then I went to obviously Ladbroke Grove to be around them. So I do know both sides. The only side I didn't really know was Mozart, which was obviously HRB, because that's Northwest.
Was that Fredo? Was that?
Yeah, so
right,
that's like Fredo, yeah.
Right, okay.
That's the only side like I didn't really know, because that's like, although it's West, that's Northwest. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, the stabbings, the shootings, like it's all real. It all happens. It's real life. And it's quite bad.
For somebody to get like murdered, do they have to do something really bad, or could it just be like they could disrespect you online, or they could say something and somebody hears it and they go, right, they're going? Is it sort of knee-jerk stuff, or is it a little bit more?
It all escalates. So where it could have started online, then now you've stabbed my friend, and now it's personal because you've stabbed my friend, so now you have to go.
So it's literally
so it's like, yeah, like it literally starts because this person did this to my friend, but that's my friend, so now I'm going to ride for my friend, and now it's literally just a vicious circle.
And out of the people that obviously, you know, that you sort of become friends with and that you was sort of hanging out with, how many people would you say in your space of before you obviously did your jail sentence that actually got killed?
So I don't know, want to laugh. From my area, so obviously I say my area, Ladbroke Grove, that's where I grew up. No one.
Right.
I can't say we have any counts. But obviously for the other sides, plural S, obviously, yeah, there is some counts there.
Is it on one hand or is it on 2 hands?
Between the two?
Yeah.
One hand.
Right, wow. But there's still a lot of people,
yeah, it's
right?
still
a lot of people.
There's still a lot of people.
And that was all done because somebody said something online, or somebody stabbed someone, or somebody did something to someone, and then it's just escalated.
Literally. Or for being from that side of the water.
So I take it you never veered to those areas?
No, I do.
Right.
I like to go where I want.
Right.
I don't see why I can't.
But if you'd have been seen in those areas, then they would have targeted you.
Most definitely.
But you liked it, so you thought.
I wouldn't say I liked it. No, because obviously I don't like to be approached and all of these things. But I have family that live obviously in Shepherd's Bush, and I have family that live in Ladbroke Grove. So I'm not going to be told I can't go see my sister because you don't like me, because I speak to people from Ladbroke Grove, or my ex is from Ladbroke Grove. It's not going to happen. Like, you can't tell me I can't come. Right. So in terms of like problems, yeah, I did have a lot of problems in that matter, because they used to be like, who do you think you are? Like, what are you doing here? Right. And I'm just like, do it or leave me alone. Right. Like, that's the lip, dude.
So what happened with, you know, like as you're sort of hanging around with these people, you got accepted obviously by the guys, and what were the girls like? Were they accepting as well, or did they? I
had my like own group of friends who was obviously females alongside the boys. Right. So like the best way to put it is the police would have said that I was the leader of my girl gang.
Right.
And then I used to collude with the boys. However, obviously that's not really true, is it? But obviously I had my group of friends, there's maybe like 5 of us, group of girls, and we stuck with us 5. So there was a lot of females that obviously did want to be friends with us because of who our friends was being the boys. So we did get a lot of girls like trying to be friends with us, but where we was always just like, no, like not interested. We have our friends, yeah. That's why I think a lot of females also didn't like us because obviously we got to be around these boys who are rappers and famous to them.
So who were the famous rappers? There was obviously Digga D. Who were the other ones?
Yeah, so like there was Digga D, there was J-Sab, there was Horrid One, ZK, Luga Vals, Rack 5, AP. There's a few that obviously from Ladbroke Grove that used to rap.
Right.
And obviously they're not good looking people. So a lot of the girls obviously, yeah, would want to come around and...
So you were the gatekeeper. You was like, no, I'm not coming in. And how did you earn money? Like, I take it you didn't have a job. You was just doing stuff on the street. Oh, you were trapping. I love that.
Sounds from the trap. No, so yeah, obviously like, yeah, we was making money. Obviously got arrested for it.
Well, how did you sort of start off? Was it sort of doing street robberies or was it selling drugs? Or what was the...
So I would say, I did do a few robberies. Obviously I've been arrested for them, so we could talk about them.
Right.
So obviously I did do a few robberies, but I think like in terms of trap, it was just fast, easy and guaranteed.
Right. So you think that's why people went down that road rather than the sort of robbing people?
I think, yeah, I think the job in the hood is the trap.
Right, okay.
That's the best way to put it.
So if you want to get employed in the hood, trapping is
it's like, it's where you come from.
Right.
So like, we didn't go to Oxford and all these private schools. So them kind of kids, they are pushed into that. Whereas we've grew up on council estates, we've grew up in that kind of, I don't want to say poverty, but poverty. So it's harder for us to go out and do these things and have opportunities. So when you know you can make £1,000 in 7 days,
why would you go and work in Sainsbury's?
why would you? Like, that's what I believe. Like the trap, it's called the trap because it ends 2 ways, dead or in jail. Also, but that's the job for the hood.
How did you sort of progress from that? Because you know, you're obviously earning a living doing that. Did you actually start trying to have a go doing the music? Because obviously, if you're hanging around with all these rappers, did you sort of want to get involved?
So we did a scholarship, like the 2 schools, Latimer and Bridge, with Brit School. So we went there for like, I think it was 8 months. And then like we learnt skills and did classes, spoken word, drama and all of that. So we learnt like writing techniques, bridges, choruses, verses, hooks. Like, so yeah, I've always enjoyed music. Like I've actually always enjoyed music. Obviously, again, I was around a lot of people that did music. I used to like do freestyles and stuff and post them, but not like seriously. I never really took it like seriously. And then, yeah, obviously I went to custody. And when I was there for a long time, I was writing. And everyone was kept telling me like, actually really good, like you're actually really good. And then I just brushed it because I do enjoy music, but I just didn't really think of it as like the end.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And then, yeah, now I met my manager and he...
Right. So you're now officially a real music artist.
Basically. I will be when my song, my first release is... Right. Yeah.
What's your first song going to be called?
It's called Resident Evil.
Right, I love that. Yeah. I've seen the cover. It looks cool with you behind the bars. So
yeah, it's quite cool actually. It's a really good shot.
So you're obviously doing this stuff. You're with these people, and how many arrests? How many times were you arrested leading up to? Because if you started when you were 14, then
so I was arrested 37 times before I turned 18.
And you never went to jail?
No, so that wow. I did go to jail, yeah.
Oh, what?
Before my long custodial sentence.
Right,
yeah.
okay. So, but 37 arrests.
that I've been arrested more, obviously, than 37 times, but that's 37 like proven.
Right. Okay. So
ones where I've had to say guilty.
Charged. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And so when they do a police report on you, it's a few pages long. And what was the sort of stuff that you got arrested and charged for? Assault,
robberies, drugs, offensive weapons.
So what was your weapon of choice? What did you?
My weapon of choice, my preference, an all black Swiss Army flick knife.
Right. Okay. So that was if you was going to go equipped, you take that.
Going equipped's a bit crazy, but it was small and cute for a female.
Right. Okay.
That was the past.
Right. And that no, I know that, but I mean, it's just mad. So if you got arrested 37 times, when did you get your first sort of custodial sentence?
So I got my first custodial sentence a week after I turned 18.
Wow.
I think they had enough.
Yeah, 37 times.
Yeah.
The judges like this, I think with my.
He had enough.
Was it magistrates you were going to, or was it Crown?
Yeah, so it was Westminster Magistrates Court. And funny enough, so I had got arrested for the offence, and then I had been given like bail and stuff, and I had to provide myself at court, produce myself. But that morning, the night before, I knew that like I'm going to prison. Wow. So I remember like very clearly, I was packing my bag, and my sister came in my room, and she said to me like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm going to be prepared, like going to prison." And she was, stop being silly, stop being silly.
You've only been arrested 37 times.
Yeah, I just had the feeling. And then I walked into court, and I remember now it was lunchtime. It got adjourned for lunch. And then my sister said, if you really think you're going to go, let's go. Then I said, no, there's no point. And then we went back in after lunch, and I went. They sent me to prison.
Wow. And what was the sentence?
So I got 12 months. I had to do 6 months, and it was for about 3 robberies and an offensive weapon. Mm. Yeah, and I went to jail for 6 months.
And when you went into jail, did you walk in and think, I'm only going to be here 6 months, or did you walk in and think, oh, fucking hell, this isn't great? Because some people love jail, some people hate it.
Well, obviously, I'm not the black sheep in my family, so my brother has obviously been to custody. Right. So
he was around as well. He was getting in trouble as well.
Yeah, my older brother.
Right.
At this point, he was already in custody.
Right.
So, yeah, he said to me, go in there and beat up the biggest person.
You weren't in the same jail, were you?
No.
That'd have been mad, wouldn't it? Walk past,
yeah, no.
Because they don't mix the population. It's always all female.
So in young offenders, they do.
Right, okay.
So in young offenders, it's mixed, boys and girls.
Right.
But in obviously adult vicinities, it's separate jails, yeah.
Right, okay.
But yeah, he gave me the advice, go in and just crack it on the biggest person on the wing. So that's the mentality I had walking into Bronzefield.
Right,
I was just like, let's have it.
Right.
It was literally on violence. And then obviously when I went on the wing, it wasn't that. It was just like very like chilled, mellow. And I thought, oh, okay. I did have a problem. Someone told me to take my shoes off on my first day. They want my shoes. And I said, like, what? My Jordans. They was like, yeah.
So much these cost.
And I had to assault her. Because if I didn't do it right there and there.
Right, then everyone would have been
then obviously I did that and I went straight to segregation.
Right.
And then I had my reputation, obviously when I come out of segregation. But it was a short stay, so I was there for 6 months. Like I said, I wasn't even there for 6 months actually because I got tag. So I was there for 3 months and then I came out on a normal tag.
Right.
And then, yeah, it didn't... No, I don't want to say it because but when I first went to custody, it didn't scare me.
No, it's fine.
I think like if it scared me, maybe I would have calmed down.
I think the problem is, like you said, because you've come from this, traumatic period of your life as a child, and then you've gone to school, and then people are sort of terrorising you, and then you end up fighting everybody, and then you've got in with, because really these gang members that we were talking about earlier, they sort of become your family, didn't they? So
yeah, no, most definitely.
If
it's
the
like
gang,
I have 700 brothers.
Yeah, but that's what makes. So if you've got 700 brothers looking after you, it's going to be difficult when you go, you know, you're not going to go and get a normal job. And if you go to somewhere that's violent or scary, you're not going to be worried. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's like I'm desensitized to violence because of my surroundings.
Right.
So like I learned that as well in custody. Like certain things that are normal to me is not normal to a normal person, namely like a prison officer. So like when I'm talking about someone getting stabbed, I'm just like, oh yeah, like he got stabbed. But they're like, oh my God, what? Like, what happened? And then I'm like, yeah. But do you know what I mean? Because it's so normal to me, it feels normal.
If you see something every day, it is normal.
Yeah. Then I realised like, okay, like it's not actually quite.
Maybe everybody's not getting stabbed.
This isn't normal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then when you come out, I take it business resumed as usual. You just went straight back at it.
So like when I came out from when I was 18, I'm not even gonna lie, I thought I was hella gassed.
Right.
I'm not even gonna lie on this podcast to anyone. Right. I was so gassed because I was like, yeah, like I've been to prison.
I'm hood royalty now.
Like, that's it now.
Right.
The last stripe, because I had my stripes, but now the last one.
Right.
And I think it just made me worse. And then obviously after that I came out of custody, obviously I was 18. And then my friend sadly got murdered.
Right.
And obviously then that...
Was that a man or was that a woman?
that was a man.
Right, okay.
So like that obviously triggered me. I was present. I didn't see it, but I heard it. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And then I basically watched him die. So
what happened? Was it a shooting or?
No. So they ran him over in a car at a high speed, and then they got out of the car and then they stabbed him.
I mean, that's fucking.
So that's like
dark.
Our mission is murder, and we're leaving with murder. So like where I've been like, obviously I've seen a lot of violence and stuff. That was a shock because your mission was murder. You know, like some people stab people. Your aim's not to commit murder. I watched someone purposely aim to commit murder. Do you know what I mean?
Well, running someone over is normally quite good, but if you're actually stabbing them afterwards,
and then to get out and be like, let's just make sure, guys, it's quite traumatizing.
And he actually died as well.
Yeah, and he actually died. Obviously, they went to custody for it, and then I was just drinking alcohol every day, smoking a lot of every day, and obviously my mind just wasn't right. This is leading up to obviously my arrest.
Right.
And then obviously I had a girl that was around me. She was my friend at the time. And then we hadn't fallen out. She had robbed me. Was like doing the stuff on social media, like trying to like antagonize me to, let's say, bring it to the net. Internet drama, I'm not really, is what it is. I could be a crash out, but yeah. Then I got set up. I got assaulted. I got assaulted with, you know, crutches, like what you get in hospital when you like break your leg. So I got assaulted with them. So obviously they had taken them apart and was like hitting me with it. They robbed me.
So when they set you up, what happened? Somebody sort of said, "Oh, come meet me."
Yeah, so come and meet me. And then obviously I came to meet her. And then I was in the car. She's got out of the car, said she's going to drop something off. And then I've seen them in the wind mirror, you know, like coming behind the car with like masks and that one. Dragged me out of the car. Obviously, at that point, I already knew how it was going to go because I didn't have any protection on me. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I had just come back from the countryside, and it's one of them things where you just have to prepare to be, and that's what I did.
Right.
Then I got assaulted. I got stripped. They robbed me, and they left me on the street. This was actually in Ladbroke Grove. This was near Teletubby Park. So it's a place in Ladbroke Grove. I was unconscious. So obviously, I think for most of the attack, I was actually unconscious.
So they knocked you unconscious?
Yeah, of course. Like from the blows into my head, obviously I was unconscious. So when I woke up, I had a lot of civilians around me. Unfortunately, I was wanted by the police, so I couldn't stay and wait to say hi. So I had to get up and run away. So then obviously I ran away to my sister's house, and then...
So what injuries did you actually have? Was you just...
See, this is the funny thing. I have no marks. I have no injuries. Like I went hospital because I didn't have any physical injuries.
You thought maybe
so I thought maybe it's going to be internal because it was recorded and obviously it was posted on social media. So
so they actually filmed you getting beaten up and then put it on.
posted it on social media, Right. And obviously they stripped me and that. So obviously it did go quite viral, like to a certain extent. So obviously the police happened to see that video. Obviously I'm well known in West London being Millie Davis. So they came to my sister's house. Obviously I was wanted at the time.
What was you wanted for then? What was they?
I think it was for threats to kill with a firearm. That was the specific charge that I was wanted for.
So you got guns, you got knives, you got...
So obviously I'm at my sister's house. I'd been to the hospital and they came and arrested me.
Right.
For a fray of a fight, which I thought was quite pathetic because I just got assaulted. So I don't know, how I got arrested.
Right. So
they arrested me for that and then obviously for the threats and rah. They asked me in an interview obviously about the assault, who was it, Naturally, no comment in every single interview. So nothing came of it. And then I decided that I wanted to get back. And I then planned my attack and then did my revenge attack. And then she contacted the police, made a statement, and...
Do you know what? It's actually quite funny you mentioned this, right? Because I actually did see that video. Because it obviously went viral, didn't it, online?
Yeah, so I chose to record it because obviously when it happened to me...
You didn't upload it though?
No.
Okay.
So
I'll say somebody else did. Okay.
Yeah. So obviously the video went viral. It was... No, I'm lying. I did upload it.
Oh, right, wow.
I did.
So did you tag him in?
Yeah, so that's what I did. I added her, the girl.
I love your style. You just don't give a fuck, do you?
Yeah, so I added her.
Right.
And I posted it and then... It kind of went crazy from there, obviously. Right. I always had a lot of views on social media, obviously, because of Digga D and obviously all these people that I'm around and I know. Right. So it kind of went out of control because then it got screen recorded and then it got posted here, there, everywhere. Shade Borough, this person, everywhere posted it and it went viral. Right. Then I got arrested. I got arrested for it and I got released because they couldn't, they said they didn't know it was me. Right. And then the girls... that I committed the offence with, she tried to blackmail me.
Wow.
For £10,000. Or she was going to give the video of the police of my face to the police. And I said, shall I call them for you? And then they actually came and arrested me. So she actually did give it to them. And then, obviously I went to prison I got sentenced to 10 years.
And what was the charges for?
It was for aggravated burglary, GBH, false imprisonment, blackmail and possession of an offensive weapon. And then I later on got charged with intimidating a witness.
Wow. And
I got 10 years and I had to serve 5 years and my co-defendants all went Queen's evidence against me in court and they told the judge that I'm a gang member, I'm involved in a lot of serious crimes that happens in West London. The picture they portrayed to the prosecution and CPS is if I picked up my phone and made one phone call, someone would lose their life.
Right.
And then the judge, obviously, considering the seriousness of my offence and the seriousness of the degree to the planning and everything, contributing factors, he gave me 10 years because he wanted to make an example.
And how old was you when you got 10 years?
19.
That's a lot for a 19-year-old. I mean, you have had a crazy life.
Yeah, I, to be honest, when I got 10 years, I thought it was a good sentence.
Right.
Because my barrister was telling me 16.
Wow.
So for the whole year I was on remand, I did originally plead not guilty and I was going to take it to trial. So when I did go to trial, my trial was for a 3-week trial.
Was that the Old Bailey?
No, it was in Isleworth Crown Court. And again, even my barrister was very shocked as to why it was a 3-week trial. Like, what kind of tricks are they going to pull out of the hat? Prosecution, CPS would not disclose none of their files, let's say. Right. And then we were for 4 days into the trial and they played Digga D's music video to the jury. And they was this is her friends, da da da. and I changed my plea to guilty.
I suppose when they start framing it like that, you know that they're all
Yeah,
going to
it
go.
was. My barrister said to me, like, I'm not in the video.
Right.
But the fact that they are
How can they
insinuating that these are her
How are they
friends,
allowed to play that?
because every person in the case got put on witness protection,
Right.
apart from obviously myself.
Right.
So they had to express to the jury, basically, that all girls involved in this case have been placed in special witness protection because of Exhibits A.
Bad for you, right?
So now the jury's looking at me like, this 19-year-old, because I was really small. I'm still small now.
Right.
I was really small. So they're looking at me like, this girl, these people, they're talking, the song they played is called Who? And it's Tell Me Who's My Next Victim. So now the jury are looking at me, looking at that. I changed my plea.
Yeah, I suppose that was probably, because you would have probably got 16 if, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they give you a discount, don't they, if you go get
Yeah,
get
so
it as well?
I didn't get the full 50%. I got 25%, obviously for the late change of my plea.
Right.
So I got 25%. My age also came into consideration because I was just over the threshold, basically, of 18.
Right. Obviously, before you got that sentence, and you know, you was obviously, you know, like you said, you sort of was going up the ranks, and you had your little group of girls. Did you ever have any like problems with the guys? Did the guys ever sort of?
Yeah. So like, naturally, a lot of boys didn't like me,
Right.
obviously because of my affiliation.
Right.
So obviously, I did have a partner, obviously, from that area. We're not going to discuss that. I don't want to.
Right.
But that caused a lot of problems, you know, like, oh, this is his... Da, 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 da. So, yeah, they did have a lot to say to me, but they never... Not a lot touched me.
Right.
I have been touched by boys. It's quite sickening. But, yeah, I'm just done with that life now.
Right.
Like, that was my past. And I've just changed my life. And I'm trying to change my life, but it's like people just keep trying to, like, they're not letting me.
Right. Have you seen Have you watched The Sopranos?
I can't say I
So
have.
it's a TV show, and there's also a film called The Godfather.
I've watched The Godfather.
Yeah, because there's that thing, and it goes, every time I try and get out, they pull me back
Back
in.
in. Yeah. And it is true, like, but no one's pulling me back in. Like, my
good.
head is in the right place where it needs
Brilliant.
to be. Like, I've chosen not to, I don't have no affiliations with no gang members no more. Like, and I've chose to cut that off of myself because it is a necessary thing that needs to be done in order to move forward. Because of me and the weight that my name holds, it has to be, I have to cut it all. I
Right.
can't be 1 foot in and one foot out because of my reputation.
And when you got the 10 years and you actually went to jail, obviously 12 months, knowing you're going to be out in 6 is a bit different. So when you actually was thinking, I'm going in for 10, hopefully I'll be out in 5 or 6.
Yeah.
What was that like from your, as a 19-year-old girl, you know, did you just walk in thinking like, did you have any regrets, or did you just?
I don't regret it.
Right.
I don't regret it because I feel like it made me who I am today. And obviously where I was in that state of I don't care, like I actually proved the saying of I don't care. You couldn't even look at me funny before I went to custody because I would assault you because I didn't care.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So I feel like in terms of me going to custody saved my life because I didn't care, boy, girl, monster, man, nan, mom, dad, I didn't care. And anyone could have got it. So I think going to custody was the wake-up call
Calms you down.
that I needed. And
Right.
I needed the long sentence because, look, the 6 months didn't do anything for anyone.
Right.
In fact, I think it made me worse. So I needed to sit down and do my sentence. So when I got 10 years, I remember I sat on the Serco bus back to the court. No, I'm lying. I refused to go to court. So I had a video link. And I walked back on the wing and all my friends...
Was you on remand then? They put
Yeah, I
you on
was remand. So when I first was there, I was remand. So I was getting £60, like normal drop. But when you change your plea on remand to guilty, you automatically get something called jail remand. Like guilt. So you're basically already a sentenced prisoner because you're going to get sentenced. So then I walked back onto the wing and then all the girls was like, what happened? And I was like, oh yeah, like 10 years. And I actually remember because I was happy.
Like, it sounds mad. Anybody listening to watch,
yeah,
like,
they're probably going to be like,
10 years?
Well, how are you happy? But because I was meant to get 16.
Right.
So even like all the officers, they have to open a thing called an act book. So when you get over 9 years, they have to put you on this watch where they'll like come and check on you to make sure you don't like pop yourself. Right. And I remember I was like, no, like honestly, like I'm fine. Like you don't have to put me on it. And there's like, it's a requirement that we have to do it. So when the first New Year came around, because it was the 2nd of March when they gave me 10 years.
Wow.
2nd of March when they slam you with 10. Yeah. But the 2nd of March.
So every 2nd of March you have a little party, do you, just to remember?
No. But I wrote a song, innit? So I'm like, it says on the 2nd of March is when they slam me with 10. So then obviously it was quite early on in the year. So when we got to the end of the year, that's when it hit me. Like when everyone was banging their doors, celebrating, I got really angry and I was like, you lot have lost your marbles. Like, why are you banging your door in custody? Like, we're here. We're going to be here. Right. And then that's when I realised, because I have still had 5 years.
Right.
So like, even after the new year, I still have 5 years.
That must be mad to get your head round, to think, I've got 5
And that's when I was like, oh my days. 5 whole years of this. And then...
If you could go back in time, what would you have done differently?
What, before?
As in, like, would you have literally gone on your own and done it, or would you have not tagged them in on social media? Because that social media,
I would have done it myself.
Right? Because I think the social media thing is a big problem because lots of people do post stuff online now.
The thing is, like social media, it's social media. Like unfortunately, everybody does it for the clout. Right. Everybody does it for the net. I even did it for the net. Because it happened to me. So the way I saw it as, my reputation was ruined because like I just got assaulted on the street, robbed, beat up.
So that was like, this is what happens.
And I'm Millie Davis.
Right, you've done that to me, now I'm doing this to you, so.
Yeah, and then obviously I did it back.
Right.
But I don't regret it. Like I've always said, that's why I never got my parole.
Well, I suppose the problem is, if somebody does that to you, and then you do something back to them, it's an eye for an eye, right? And
yeah, it's an eye for an eye, but it's also the code and the culture. So like, this is another thing. Like, a lot of people want to act like they're from that life. They want to be part of that life until it goes left, and you're writing statements and talking to the police and these things. And
so what's the code then? Tell us the code.
You no comment. If not no comment, because if you come from that life and you portray to be that life,
like that,
then naturally you. But if you're not from that life, call the police. If someone assaults you, call the police. But if you portray that lifestyle, and then you go that way, it's a bit crazy. Do you know what I mean? Especially when it happened to me. I strongly believe my assault was worse because I was on the street. Do you know, I was stripped. I could have hit my head on the concrete and died. And then on the street at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. So, and I never spoke to the police.
You weren't phoning Crime Stoppers, were you?
I saw every face. Wow. Do you know what I mean? And I said no comment because I lived by that life. So naturally you have to. But yeah, obviously going to custody as well. I was there for a long time. My brother sadly passed away when I was in custody. He got murdered. I was in custody for about 15 months. Right. And then my brother got murdered. And then obviously again, that changed my mindset. Another trauma that I'm having to face. Now I have to face it alone. Whereas before I had my sisters, my family and stuff. I'm generally like alone in my cell. So I think that's the hardest thing I had to overcome, but it made me a very strong person.
And what happened to him?
So he got murdered in Kingston, the club Prism.
Right, I know, yeah.
Yeah, so he was out with his friend and his girlfriend, and then he had some boy that we knew from the area, from Fulham. He came up to my brother and tried to have an altercation with him, but he just stabbed him. So like my brother's back was turned, and when my brother turned around, he stabbed him. So like it was inevitable.
Was that in the club?
No, outside the club.
Wow.
Yeah, and then he died. Shortly after. And the boys was arrested. They were apprehended, sentenced to 26 years, one of them for murder. The other one got 10 years for manslaughter. Right. The other one got not guilty.
So I've got a question for you. You've lived the life. You've been in the life. You've obviously gone to jail, paid the price, and now you're out and you're, turning your life around. But one of the biggest issues in England right now is knife crime. Mm-hmm. Whether it's people pulling knives out and mugging people, whether it's people stabbing each other over postcodes or whatever. So, how does this country stop that happening? Because, like, when I was younger, and obviously I'm a little bit older than you.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, right? But when I grew up, if you had a fight with someone, they pulled a knife on you, it was fucking weird. It was like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? But now it's like, everyone's got a blade, even the kids, right? 12-year-olds just carrying them around at school. So, how do you stop this? Because you've lived it, right?
I don't think it can be stopped.
Right.
Because obviously there's two perspectives of obviously every situation. So if you look at it from a legal perspective, like from the police, they're gonna say, don't carry a knife. That's how you're gonna solve it. Just don't carry a knife. Or you're gonna arrest people and make the sentences longer. But then from let's say the hood's perspective, you leave your house today because you're going to be like, you know what? I'm not going to carry a knife today. I'm going to stop knife crime, and you die because you didn't have your protection. And that's the reality of it. Like, unfortunately, like, all of these boys' mothers know that their sons are out on the streets with knives, but they're not stopping it because it's her son or his or their son. And if you put a mother in that position, she's always going to say, my son.
Have you seen this stuff that's happening at schools in a minute where they're organising these fights, the Reds and the Blues?
No.
There's this big thing in London, and it started to happen outside of London as well, where they're sort of like, we're the red team, you're the blue team, we're going to meet up. And
they're just fighting?
Organise these fights, and obviously some of them are carrying blades and stuff. But
what, like for no reason?
No, just as a bit of a laugh, like they're playing a game, So, it's all a bit crazy.
It is getting out of hand, I'll be honest. And obviously because it's being like, I wouldn't say it's being normalised or glorified, but it is. Like when you're in the songs, again, I don't think Digga did a thing about, he went to the parliament about drill music affecting young people's mindsets. And I have to agree with Digga. I don't agree with it because Call of Duty affected me when I was 9 years old playing Call of Duty. So if you're gonna talk about violence affecting people through music, it's Call of Duty, because I was playing that at 9, which my mother bought for me.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So I knew what a gun was and going to shoot people on the game.
You were running around AKs going like
that? Yeah. I knew what makes and models guns was from a computer game, which parents buy for children. So it happens before the music. If it was true that, music made people do bad things, like there was rap music was in the 80s. Yeah.
It didn't mean that people were doing drive-by shootings and stabbing people in the 80s, do you know what I mean, in the 90s. But I just think it's an easy thing. I think the problem is a lot of politicians, maybe a lot of people that are in government, don't really understand it, and they go, oh, it's the music. The music's making them do it, because it's an easy thing to do.
It's an easy cop-out. Just like, for instance, drugs, trap. When a drug user is arrested with drugs, automatically assume they was made to do it by person X.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because they are so vulnerable that they must have been forced to do it.
Right.
But in real life, that person approached you and told you, yeah, Kate, come to my house. Do you see? But it's flipped differently when it's looked at in a different perspective.
Well, I had an interesting meeting with 12 judges at the Old Bailey, and they contacted me because they wanted to have a chat about knife crime, and they've got, I don't know if you know this, but they've actually got a knife crime charity, and it's a City of London thing. But what they're trying to do is get the knives off the street, and they're trying to do this, they're trying to do that. And I actually was sat around this table, and it was actually quite funny because we was eating fried chicken. So it was a lunch at the Old Bailey, and everyone was eating fried chicken with the judges, right? And out of the judges, 9 of them were doing knife crime murders where people had been stabbed to death. And there was 3. There was a terrorist one. There was some other ones. I was like, wow, that's like, a lot of people. That's, nearly all of the cases here are knife crime related. And I said, yeah, well, we put in these longer sentences now. So, if you get caught with a knife and you stab someone, you get minimum 25 years. And I think they're like looking to push it to 30. But I actually said to him, I said, that's great. But I said, it's still not stopping people carrying the knife.
I think as well, like extending the sentence on a knife to give someone a longer sentence, like a life sentence, you're giving people more of a motivation to kill. That's my personal opinion, because if I carry a knife and I know that I'm just going to get 20 years for carrying this life, I'll kill someone because it's the same sentence just for carrying it. Do you know what I mean?
It's good to hear
that's probably not just my mindset. Like, it's not just like, oh, it's going to scare people. People are going to be more ready for the occasion because I'm going 20 years in jail because I'm carrying this knife anyway. Do you know what I mean?
And I think that's probably one of the things that's the most misunderstood is that, you're not going to be able to stop knife crime, because if you say to people, we're going to give you 20, 30 years, they're going to go, well, if I don't carry this, what happened to your brother? Do you know what I mean? You could be out, if you haven't got anything, someone just come out and goes like that. Exactly. I mean, even if your brother had something on him, he when you turn him, you don't expect someone to go like that.
And that's the thing, like my brother would never carry knives. Like, my brother was a youth worker. Like, there's a difference between me and my brother. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was a youth worker and he'd never been arrested.
But that's really sad that, somebody who's helping others gets killed by a knife just because somebody's decided. And like, that's the thing, like now with knife crime as well, I can honestly, although I got rushed, I have never been a victim. Right.
Like I got rushed, but I have never been a victim. But when my brother died, I became a victim because not only was he the victim, my family was, because we lost my brother. So I've seen it from the other side. Right. Whereas before, I couldn't see it from the side of the mother that lost her child or the friend that lost because of, I had never been in that position. It was around me, but it wasn't close to home.
That probably brought it home for you, didn't it?
Now it brought it home. Like when they opened my cell door and told me, yeah, your brother died and he'd been stabbed, that's when I was like, that's when it hit me. Because it was so normal, like desensitized, oh, he got stabbed. I'd see it on the news in the morning in my cell and I would just be like, oh, like another one. But when it happened to me, that's when I was like, I just view it differently now. Like, I don't like knives. Like, if someone put a knife up like that, I automatically, I don't like it. Right. Just because the thought of my brother, that I have severe, like PTSD, of knives now. And it's crazy. Just like, compared to how, if you asked me this 5 years ago, I would have gave you a different answer.
But it shows you've evolved as a person. And like you said, even though the experiences you've had have been really traumatic, it's built you as a person. And like you said, you're looking at things differently. And one thing I wanted to ask you, like, obviously while you're in jail, obviously the trap and all the gang stuff carries on. And there was a lot of murders around Ladbroke Grove, Northwest London, wasn't there? I mean, I think Billy the Kid, didn't he? He got murdered.
Yeah.
There was
F. Dot. He got murdered.
Yeah.
There's a few people, and obviously this is the thing. Like, just because I was in prison, it still continues. Just because Digga was in prison or Huncho or this person was in prison, it still continues.
Right.
Do you know? Like, it's actually still a thing, and like, no one's ever died from Ladbroke Grove apart like by the hands of someone. Recently, I lost a very close friend to me called Luca Vowles.
Right.
He sadly passed away peacefully in his sleep. No causes. No one tried to kill him. He died peacefully. And it's just like, that's the only death that you could say that's come out of basically Ladbroke Grove. And obviously, like, did try to kill Luca Vowles.
Right.
And obviously didn't succeed. And he turned his life around. He turned to God. He actually made me like more in my religion, and cherish life more, and like actually take life a bit more seriously, because when someone is shot, 8 times, it's an assassination.
Right.
You know, that's like an assassination. So to be given another chance after to be here and to live and just to push positive things.
But your friend got shot 8 times?
Yeah, and he didn't die.
Wow. Wow,
So
that's
he got
amazing.
shot twice in his head and he got shot 6 times in his body.
Wow. So Dig that was obviously trying to kill him. It wasn't...
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. The aim was murder. You don't shoot someone.
And what happened to him? Has he got a long sentence?
So he got 24 years for murder.
So he actually killed somebody else.
He actually got sentenced 3 weeks after my friend passed away.
Right.
Yeah, obviously it was nothing related to that offence. Like he just died in his sleep. God called him back, you know.
Right.
He came back. He already died. And he was in a coma and he came back and he pushed God and peace. And in the last year of my life, because of Lugar Vows, has helped me, you know, guidance. It showed me, and this is not the life.
So you was released from prison. Was it February?
Yeah.
Right. Wow.
So 27th of February.
Wow. So you're just out.
2025. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it, to think, you know, such a young age, you had all that time, but when you was in jail, you put it to good use because you was writing music.
Yeah,
right?
so like when I was in custody, I was just writing music. I used to write music like every night. Like I joke with my manager all the time. Like obviously I've wrote new songs now. I haven't even been there to the jailhouse files.
Right. That's what you should call the album, the jailhouse files.
It should, doesn't it? I haven't even opened them. They're not even in my house. I sent like all of my paperwork home, like coming to the end of my custody.
Right.
So they're not even like in my house. But that's the money.
Right.
Because that's the pain, that's the hurt, that's the 24-hour bang up, that's the basic.
Right.
That's the segregation.
And when do you have any trouble when you was in jail, or was it just sort of go quite?
Did I have any trouble?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's the worst sort of stuff you saw when you was in jail? Because in the men's prisons, you obviously hear about people getting hot oiled, getting shanked. You get all this stuff.
Yeah, so my friend actually got hot watered.
Right.
When she was in Medway, so it closed down because of that incident.
Wow.
So yeah, obviously it does happen, obviously in the female estate and obviously in the male estate. Not really though.
Right.
Like I think there's levels to badness in prison. So every girl thinks they're bad till they go behind the door and you do your first night. That's when they come out the next morning and realize they're not bad no more because they've just done 24 hours behind their door, you know, and then they think this is not for me. So it will break you or it will make you.
Did you was you in the gym a lot did you spend a bit of time in the gym?
Yes, I spent a lot of time in the gym. Not in the beginning. After my brother died, that I started to spend a lot of time in the gym. Before that, I didn't do anything. Like I refused to work for the government. I said I'm not working for £1. That's modern slavery. Like
was that £1 a week?
Oh my God.
Or was it an hour?
£1.25 a session, and you do 2 sessions a day.
Right.
And they want you to clean a whole wing.
Right. You get £2.50.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you have to like sweep, mop, clean every door, every pole. No, thank you. Yeah. No, I said no, not for me.
Right.
And I got away with it because I wasn't sentenced. So the thing is, when you're not sentenced, you don't have to work.
Right.
But the moment you become a convicted criminal, it's long.
Right.
Because if you don't work, you're in segregation.
Right, okay.
For refusing to work.
So you're really good at mopping up now.
Yeah, I'm really good at cleaning. It's Cinderella. But I've always had OCD.
Right, so you probably enjoyed it, really. Because if you're walking around, you're like,
No, that's why I didn't like wing jobs, like cleaning the wing. Because like, I own it. I'm a crash out.
Right.
Like I'm the OG crash out. Anyone will tell you that in West London. But when I've cleaned the whole wing all morning from 8 a.m. till 12, and now you hyenas have come back to the wing and you've messed it up, I'm angry.
Right.
I'm really angry because I've put my sweat, blood.
Millie's sitting there not talking to her. I was like, what's wrong with her?
We have to live here. No, I'm screaming, not talking. I'm telling, pick it up. Right. Go put that in the bin. Like,
I bet the screws loved you. They were like,
no,
we've got a free screw here.
That job wasn't for me. they said quickly, okay, we're gonna
Right.
change your job. I've always done servery.
That was. I suppose that's good because if anyone annoys you, you can spit in their food,
Yeah,
right?
like I used to put them on strict diets.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyone
very strict.
fucks with Millie's, you're getting like a pea and a
One
chip.
potato. Sorry, there's no chicken left.
Yeah,
You
sorry.
have to default
I've eaten
menu.
it all. and then,
Yeah.
and then when you got to the end of your sentence, when they was like, you can go home now. What was the first thing you did when you got home?
So I went to open prison. So I went to a decap prison before I actually got released. So I sat my parole and they told me, no, I can't have it. I've not rehabilitated. I've not changed. I'm still a mapper now and I've been out a year.
Right.
Which is
And for our audience that don't know what that is.
multi-agency public protection program.
Right.
So basically I'm the highest risk that there is.
Yeah.
And honestly.
Right.
But yeah, I went to a decap prison and the first place I went to McDonald's.
Right.
And it was disgusting. And I regret it.
It must be better than prison food though, no?
In this occasion, it wasn't better. No, and we got in trouble for it because we wasn't meant to go.
Right.
So we all snuck there because we thought, I hadn't had a McDonald's in 5.5 years. I don't know about anybody else that I was with. So I was ready for it. So we had McDonald's. It was McDonald's breakfast. And we got caught obviously we was in decap prison and we got caught by the prison officer.
Right.
And she said, like, what are you lot doing here? I said, I've got my first actually day release the day after. So I'm thinking it's over now. We're going to get back to the prison. They're not going to let me out. Like, it's ruined. Got back to the prison and I told the truth. Everyone else went in and lied. And I said, she saw us. She has a picture of us in McDonald's ordering sausages and egg McMuffins. Like,
We were looking for Ronald. Yeah.
yeah. So like when the governor called me in, I just was like, yep, I did it. I was hungry. Like I was tempted. I've been locked up for how long? And yeah, I went McDonald's and she said, you know what? Like, cause I was the only one that actually admitted it, she let me go on my roll. Then I had Vapiano's.
Right.
And it was lovely. But I
That's
got full
Italian,
up very
right?
quickly, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's real meat.
Right.
You realise that the food they give you is not real meat. I don't know what I was eating. I think it was pigeon or ferret or something. But it wasn't chicken.
Yeah. So what have you done since you've been out, Millie? You've been focused on your music?
Yeah, so like the first year, obviously I've been out for a year now. The first like 6 months, I was on a GPS tracker and I was banned from London. So I was in Reading. So that was fun. And then I came back to London. They took the GPS tracker off my foot and they let me come back to London. And then I was just like going up partying, getting drunk, seeing like friends and family and stuff. I was just like living, enjoying life, that and food. Like I was just buying like loads of crazy expensive food in like loads of crazy expensive different places.
Right.
It's like it was like I'd never seen food before.
Right.
Because like, it was just all tasting so nice.
Right.
Then I put on a lot of weight.
Right.
I wish I had a picture. I put on a lot of weight and then I had to get back into the gym.
Right.
So yeah, and then I started locking in with my music, taking it seriously. So my manager, we got to love Albie.
Yeah.
He didn't know that I did music.
Right.
And then I like, on an off chance, he heard it and he called me. He was like, oh my God, Millie Davis. Millie Davis, da-da-da. And then, yeah, everyone is well, Semtex. And then I just decided I'm locking in this year. So this is the year now I'm locking in. My music gets played on Capital Extra. Because Semtex is just like, yo, we gotta go. Like, we're ready to go.
Right.
And I'm ready to go. And I feel like it's time now because I've got some things that I need to say.
Right.
I got some things to get off my chest and I have a point to prove.
Right. Brilliant.
So that's this year.
Right. Have you got a release date for your first track?
Soon.
If people want to look you up, you're on social media, right?
Yeah, so all of my socials is Militant Mills.
Right, Militant Mills. Wicked.
Yeah, that's
So
all of my socials.
follow Militant Mills and then you'll be able to find out when their tracks out.
Yeah. And obviously, my name is Militant Mills because my friend, obviously, that passed away, Lou Gavals, he calls it the Militant Punch.
Right.
So, like, whenever we used to go like arcade or whatever, he would say, "Go on, do the militant one,"
right.
because I got a little sleeper on my hands. Be honest.
What you should have you ever thought about actually doing? You should do some Misfits fights or something.
I know. Do you know? I actually was gonna sign up for a charity fight.
Yeah.
But I'm too pretty.
But you wear a head guard.
No, I'm too pretty. Way too pretty.
So you're gonna keep the looks intact and just do the music.
Yeah.
And then if you have to put people to sleep, you will.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I've rehabilitated always, pushing peace this year, 100%. But, however, yeah, I'm just
don't mess with a Millie.
I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim. I've never been. Obviously, that's I am pushing peace this year. So I'm choosing, like, when these, like, people, because there is a lot of females and there's a lot of girls that are actually trying to antagonize me and trying to provoke me. But I'm not responding because I'm like, I'm scared, or I'm just not responding for everyone's safety.
Right.
I'm doing me. I'm not going back, and you can't pull me off my track. You can't throw me off. You can't throw a spanner in the work. You can't post a video of me getting assaulted. You can't do anything to throw me off. I'm locked in.
I think that's a good mindset to have, because there's no point going back.
And I'm such a high risk. I can't afford to, because if I did just decide, you know what, I'm just gonna assault her quickly because she just did something, I'm going to prison. There is no get out of free jail card, and we're gonna give her the benefit of the doubt for this.
Do you know
occasion.
what? I think you should speak to Albie, your manager, because he got M.R. a free weed card.
I know.
On a reality show, so he might be able to get you a free get out of jail free card.
Fraud, yeah.
You have to ask him.
Hopefully, I can get one, but I'm just trying to do me.
So I take it you're still on license, are you?
Yeah,
right.
I'm still on license.
And how long does that last for?
I don't want to disclose because I've got haters and they might try
I know what you mean.
Do some silly stuff, you know.
Right, fair enough.
But obviously, yeah, on them, I'm not gonna get drawn out this year. Good. Or next year.
Brilliant. Or any
Not
year.
ever. Not ever. So like, I'm here for it. Like, if the trolls want to troll, like, they're welcome.
Right.
But I'm a troll back, because like, that's what you have to do. Once you can't beat them, join them.
I actually think trolling trolls is a good hobby when you've got time.
It is. But like I said to you with my music, see, this year I have a lot to say.
Right, brilliant.
And you should all lock in.
Well, Millie, thank you so much for coming on and joining us for an exclusive podcast.
Thank you.
Have you ever thought of doing any acting?
Yeah.
Wicked. Well, when we do Tales from Trap 2, we'll be having a chat, because a lot of people don't know, but you were very helpful on our film. We don't need to go into the details, but
yeah, but I was helpful. I was there.
Very helpful. He was there. But Millie, thank you so much for coming on. It's really good to meet you.
You too, Terry.
Again,
I appreciate it.
And actually get you on the show and share your story with the universe.
To the world.
To the world.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for tuning in to the Terry Stone Connection. Militant Mills, what an absolute legend. What a great guest. Make sure you tune in next week. We've got another great guest, and make sure you like and subscribe to our new YouTube channel, Tales from a Trap, and we will see you all on the other side.